You know, everybody in this room has a dream. Everybody. But let me tell you something, they don't come looking for you. You've got to chase them down like they owe you something. Your dream is out there, waiting. But it's not coming to knock on your door with a smile and a gift basket. No, you've got to get up. You've got to fight for it. See, here's the truth nobody tells you. The journey is going to be lonely sometimes. People you thought would cheer for you, they won't. People you thought would walk with you. They'll stop at the corner and wave goodbye. That's okay, because your dream was given to you, not them. It's your journey. You're going to fail. Yes, I said it. You're going to fall flat on your face, not once, not twice, over and over again. But here's the secret, the fall doesn't define you. The rise does. Every time you get up, every time you push back, every time you say, not today, failure, you're writing your story. And the world loves a comeback story, but more than that, you need to love your own. Now listen to me, talent will open the door, but character. Character will keep you in the room. Dreams don't just require talent, they require discipline, they require sacrifice. You've got to be willing to do what others won't so you can live how others can't. While they're sleeping, you're grinding. While they're playing, you're studying. While they're quitting, you're still standing. And when it gets hard, and it will, don't you dare look at the mountain and say, I can't climb that. Look at the mountain and say, move. And if it doesn't move, you start climbing. One step, another step, every single day, because let me tell you something, the dream you're chasing, it's already yours. You just haven't caught up to it yet. So walk your journey, own your dream, don't stop. Don't quit, don't settle, because one day you're going to look back, and you'll realize the dream wasn't just about what you achieved. It was about who you became on the way there. Dreams are beautiful because they live in the imagination before they ever live in reality. But the truth is, they are not going to wake you up in the morning. They are not going to knock on your door and say, I'm here. Dreams are stubborn. They sit there on the other side of your effort, waiting for you to come after them. Too many people sit around thinking their dreams will magically find them, like life owes them something. Life doesn't owe you anything. You owe life your effort. You owe your dream your energy, your time, and your commitment. Chasing a dream means getting uncomfortable, doing things you've never done, and showing up when you feel like staying in bed. It means working when nobody is watching and nobody is clapping. You can't expect to live an extraordinary life by putting in ordinary effort. The dream you hold in your heart is like a fire. It burns, but it needs fuel. That fuel is your action. It's your willingness to push when the road gets steep, to fight when it gets hard, and to keep running even when your legs feel like lead. Most people quit because they thought the dream would come easy, that somehow just wanting it was enough. Wanting is never enough. Everybody wants, everybody hopes, everybody dreams, but very few people chase. And that's where the difference is made. If you want to see the dream, you've got to be relentless. You've got to be the kind of person who doesn't stop because the door is closed. You knock until it opens. And if it doesn't open, you find a way around it. If that doesn't work, you build your own door. That is what chasing looks like. It's refusing to take no for an answer. It's understanding that the dream will test you before it blesses you. It will make sure you are strong enough to handle it. So every time you feel resistance, every time you feel like quitting, that is the dream asking, how bad do you want me? The only way to answer that question is by moving forward. Even when everything in you says turn back. Chasing your dream is not glamorous. It's not always inspiring. Sometimes it's messy. Sometimes it's exhausting. But if you keep going, if you keep fighting, one day you will wake up and realize the dream didn't come to you. You caught it because you decided to go after it with everything you had the road to. Your dream is not a crowded one, and that is something you have to accept early on. When you start, there will be people around you, cheering you on, telling you that you can do it. But as the road stretches farther, as the nights get longer, and the sacrifices become heavier, that crowd gets smaller and smaller. Some people will stop walking with you, not because they don't love you, not because they want you to fail, but because your vision was never theirs to carry. Your dream was placed in your heart. not theirs. And that means the responsibility to see it through belongs to you alone. You will have moments when the silence feels louder than any cheer you've ever heard. You will wake up some days and wonder if anyone even sees the work you're putting in. And most of the time they won't. They will only see the success when it comes, but they will never understand the lonely nights that built it. That's why you have to learn to be your own motivator. You have to learn to clap for yourself when no one else is clapping. You have to remind yourself why you started. Because there will be days when doubt creeps in like a shadow and makes you question everything. Those are the days you dig deeper. Those are the days you remind yourself that this journey was never meant to be easy, and it was never meant to be crowded. People might laugh at you, they might call you crazy, they might even tell you to give up and take the safe route. Let them talk. Their opinion does not pay your bills, and it will never build your dream. If you need approval to move forward, you will never make it to the finish line. This journey is going to teach you to walk alone, to trust yourself when no one else believes, and to keep your head up when the road feels endless. There is strength in solitude because it is in those moments alone that you find out who you really are. You learn what you're made of when you keep going with no audience, no applause, and no validation. That's the test that separates dreamers from achievers. So when the crowd disappears, don't stop. When friends fade away, don't lose heart. When family doesn't understand, don't get bitter. Keep moving, because every step you take in the dark is taking you closer to the light. And when you finally get there, when you reach that dream, you'll realize that the loneliness was part of the process. It was shaping you, molding you, making you strong enough to carry the weight of what you were chasing all along. Failure is not the enemy most people think it is. Failure is not the end of the road, it is part of the road. Every person who has ever achieved something remarkable has fallen more times than they can count. The difference between those who make it and those who don't is not that one group never failed, it's that they refused to stay down when failure knocked them over. You have to understand that failure is not a sign to quit. It is a lesson. It is the universe saying, you're on the right path, but something needs to be adjusted. Too many people let failure define them. They fall once and they start thinking, maybe this isn't for me, maybe I'm not good enough. That's a lie. Falling down is proof that you're moving. Standing still guarantees you'll never fail, but it also guarantees you'll never grow. If you're failing, it means you're trying. It means you're daring to step outside your comfort zone. And that is where greatness lies. Every mistake you make is a tool for building the person you need to become to hold that dream. When you fail, don't waste time crying over it. Look at it, study it. Ask yourself what it's trying to teach you, because there is always a lesson hidden inside a loss. Failure will introduce you to pain, and pain will introduce you to strength. Every time you get up after falling, you add another layer to your resilience. You become tougher, you become sharper, you become unstoppable. The world respects persistence more than perfection because persistence is rare. Anybody can keep going when everything is working, but when nothing is working, when doors are closing, when people are doubting you, and you still keep pushing, that is when champions are made. Failure is a filter. It separates the people who want it from the people who need it. If you can look at failure and still say, I'm not quitting, then you're the kind of person who will win in the end. And understand this, every failure brings you closer to success. Every time you fall and get back up, you're one step closer than before. The dream is testing you, asking, do you really want this, or do you just like the idea of it? Your answer cannot be in words, it has to be in your actions. So the next time you fail, don't let it break you. Let it build you, let it fuel you. Let it remind you that if the road were easy, everybody would be on it. The fact that you're facing resistance means you're heading somewhere worth going. And if you keep rising every time you fall, one day failure will run out of ways to stop you, and success will have no choice but to open the door. Dreams sound exciting when you talk about them, but living them requires a level of discipline and sacrifice most people are not willing to give. You cannot reach something extraordinary by doing what is ordinary. Success has a price, and you have to decide if you're willing to pay it. That price might be comfort, it might be sleep, it might be weekends, it might even be relationships that hold you back. Sacrifice means giving up something good for something greater. It's choosing long-term reward over short-term pleasure. While other people are out relaxing, you might be in the gym, at your desk, or in the studio. While they're scrolling for hours, you're studying, practicing, perfecting your craft. Discipline is not glamorous, but it's what creates champions. It's what makes the difference between someone who talks about a dream and someone who lives it. Motivation might get you started, but discipline is what keeps you going when motivation runs out. Because motivation is an emotion, and emotions change. Discipline is a decision, and decisions create habits that shape your future. Every single day you have a choice. Do what's easy or do what's necessary. The easy road feels good now, but costs you later. The hard road feels tough now, but rewards you for the rest of your life. Discipline is setting an alarm when you'd rather sleep in. It's saying no to distractions that look fun, but pull you away from your goal. It's practicing when no one is watching, because you know one day the lights will come on and the world will see what you did in the dark. And when you get tired, because you will, discipline is the voice that says, one more rep, one more hour, one more try. Sacrifice is not punishment, it's an investment. Every time you say no to something that doesn't serve your dream, you're saying yes to the future you want. The people who succeed are not always the most talented, but they are always the most committed. They choose the grind over comfort. They choose progress over excuses. They choose the pain of discipline over the pain of regret, because regret is a heavy burden to carry. Sacrifice might hurt for a moment, but regret hurts forever. Every late night, every early morning, every time you walk away from something easy for something better, you are building a version of yourself that your future self will thank you for. And when the dream finally becomes real, you will look back and realize every sacrifice was worth it, because nothing feels better than knowing you didn't just wish for it. You worked for it. Obstacles are part of the process. They are not signs that you should turn around. They are signs that you are on the right track. Every dream worth having comes with challenges, because challenges are what prepare you for the size of the blessing you're chasing. If everything came easy, you wouldn't appreciate it when you got it, and you wouldn't be strong enough to keep it. When you come face with a mountain, you have two choices. You can complain about how big it is, or you can start climbing. Waiting for the mountain to move is a waste of time because it may never move. Sometimes life doesn't remove obstacles. It gives you the strength to go over them. That's why persistence matters more than almost anything else. Persistence means you don't stop when it gets hard. It means you don't quit when the plan doesn't work the first time. It means you find another way. If the door is locked, you don't just walk away, you knock harder. You try another door, or you build one yourself. That is the mindset that turns ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. Too many people give up because they think difficulty means defeat. But difficulty is just a sign that growth is happening. When you lift heavy weights, your muscles hurt because they are growing. Obstacles work the same way. They stretch you, they break your limits, they turn you into someone stronger than you were yesterday. Every time you overcome a challenge, you earn a new level of confidence. You start to believe in yourself in a way you never did before. That's why persistence is not just about reaching the dream. It's about becoming the person who deserves the dream. You can't quit just because things didn't go your way. Life rarely goes according to plan, but that doesn't mean the goal isn't possible. It just means you have to adjust your strategy. You have to be flexible in your methods, but unshakable in your purpose. When the path is blocked, find another one. When you fail, try again. When people doubt you, prove them wrong by refusing to give up. Every time you choose to keep going instead of quitting, you are putting yourself in a category most people will never enter. Because the truth is, most people give up when it gets hard. But if you keep going, if you keep showing up, the mountain will not break you. It will make you. One day you will look back at the challenges that almost made you quit and realize they were the very things that gave you the strength to stand where you are. That's the reward of persistence. It doesn't just get you to the top. It makes you strong enough to stay there. The dream you're chasing is already out there, waiting for you to catch up to it. It exists in the future, but it belongs to you. The question is whether you're willing to close the gap between where you are now and where the dream is. That gap is not closed overnight. It's closed one step at a time, one decision at a time, one sacrifice at a time. Every single day, you have the chance to move closer to that dream or further away from it. The work you put in today matters, even if you can't see the results yet. Too many people give up because they don't see progress fast enough. But progress doesn't always look like big leaps. Sometimes it looks like small wins, quiet victories, little changes that add up over time. You have to believe that every step counts, even the ones nobody notices. The dream is not waiting for someone else. It's waiting for you. It's waiting for the version of you who refuses to quit. The version of you who keeps showing up no matter what. It's not just about working hard once or twice. It's about consistency. It's about doing what you said you would do long after the mood you said it in has left you. The truth is, you already have everything you need to start. You may not have everything to finish, but you don't need everything to finish. You just need to start and keep going. The dream will meet you halfway, but it will never come all the way to you. You have to prove you want it by chasing it every single day. That means showing up when you're tired, showing up when you're discouraged, and showing up when nobody is watching. You cannot afford to wait for the perfect moment because it doesn't exist. There will always be excuses. There will always be reasons to delay. But if you keep waiting, the gap never closes. Action is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Every time you choose action over excuses, you're building that bridge. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you're getting closer. And eventually, if you keep going, if you keep pressing forward no matter how far away it feels, you will collide with the dream that was meant for you all along. Not because it moved toward you, but because you never stopped moving toward it. That moment will come, and when it does, it won't feel like luck. It will feel like the natural result of every choice you made to keep going, when it would have been easier to quit. The dream belongs to those who chase it with everything they have. And if you keep running, if you refuse to stop, eventually you will catch what has always been yours. The dream is the destination. But the real transformation happens on the journey. When you set out to chase something big, you imagine what life will look like when you get there. But what you don't realize is that the process of getting there will change you in ways you never expected. Every challenge you face, every failure you endure, every sacrifice you make, every obstacle you overcome is shaping you into someone stronger, wiser, and more resilient than you were before. If the dream came instantly, you wouldn't be ready for it. Because success without preparation is a burden, not a blessing. The journey prepares you. It teaches you patience when things don't happen as fast as you want them to. It teaches you discipline when you have to keep going even when you don't feel like it. It teaches you humility when you realize how much work it really takes to get to where you want to be. The dream is important, but the lessons you learn on the way are what make it possible for you to keep that dream once you have it. Some people get what they want too soon, and they lose it because they never developed the character to handle it. That's why the waiting, the struggle, and the grind are necessary. They are not punishments, they are preparation. Every time you push through a difficult day, every time you choose not to quit when quitting would be easier, you are building endurance. You are becoming the type of person who does not break under pressure. And that strength doesn't just help you reach this dream. It prepares you for every dream that comes after. The journey will strip away the things that can't go with you. It will reveal who really supports you and who doesn't. It will teach you how to trust yourself when nobody else does. These lessons are priceless because they stay with you long after the applause fades and the success becomes normal. The truth is, the destination is just a moment, but the journey is your life. The destination might last a day, a year, or a season, but who you become on the way lasts forever. The grind, the struggle, the lonely nights, the early mornings, they are not in vain. They are turning you into a person who can handle everything you prayed for. And when you finally arrive at the dream, when you finally hold it in your hands, you will realize the dream wasn't just about the title, the trophy, the money, or the recognition. It was about the growth. It was about proving to yourself that you could become someone strong enough, disciplined enough, and determined enough to make it happen. And that realization will be worth more than anything you imagined when you first started.